What's up everyone, this is John with Skate Better, and today we are discussing Bones Harcore bushings. So this is going to be a pretty short video. It's not really like a review of Bones bushings as much as it is like an experience that I had. I was looking to replace the Thunder stock bushings in my trucks. So when I looked at the bushings, there was like a little bit of the plastic that was kind of like creeping out over some of the metal, and I was wondering if it was affecting the performance. So I looked at bushings and I saw Bones Harcore bushings is pretty much what a lot of people use. I don't want to say everyone. And they're like 10 bucks. So I was like, you know what, it's a very low risk. So I read a bunch of forums and they were basically saying the bushings work really well for indie trucks. I think Ventures was maybe another one, but they actually might not perform for Thunders. Thunder bushings come with a really small one and then kind of like a medium bushing, and the Harcore bushings are both kind of more of the same size. There's not as much of a difference. And then the Harcore bushings also come with this like plastic ring kind of around the top of the bushing that acts as like a washer, or really acts as kind of like that little metal swivel that keeps the bushings in place. This thing, this little ring here. So like that little plate kind of acts like this is supposed to act. So anyways, a lot of forums were saying that a lot of people hate the bushings. They put them on, especially with Thunder trucks, and the bushing blows out in like a month. I read that, I understood that, I bought them anyway because they were $10, and the exact thing happened. So basically the reviews were saying that part of the bushing kind of like envelops the nut, or envelops some of the base plate of the bushing, if that makes any sense. And as you can see, I don't know, hopefully you can see, this bushing right here is pretty much blown out and over. So like this is what it should look like right here. We should be able to see this, and then the bushing, and then on the other side that too. But then you notice on this side, this bottom piece is pretty much completely engulfed the base plate, or this yellow part of the bushings. What I researched and what I learned was the angle of the Thunder truck and the size of the Thunder bushing make it so that the angle of pressure does not work with this particular bushing. I do want to give a quick explanation of what happened over that month with the bushing. I found that the trucks just felt looser than I'm used to. So I ended up tightening it down a little bit more again last week, and that's when it actually happened. So I decided I'm gonna replace them with the stock Thunder bushings and move on. I did want to just give a quick description of what the bushings feel like, just in case anyone was interested, compared to the Thunder. So they're both about a 90 duro. These bushings and the Thunder stocks are about a 90 duro. The only thing I would have to say with this bushing when compared with the stock Thunders is it seemed to have like a quicker reflex, or like bounce back time, if that makes any sense, or bounce back tension than the Thunders did. So what that means is, like, when I would press against the edge of the board on a Thunder, like I would just put my foot on the end and just press, right, to turn or whatever, I felt like it was like a gradual resistance to come back to center. But with these bushings, I felt like when I was putting pressure down, it really wanted to come back, board back to center, or back to like neutral. That didn't feel super great when I was doing tricks like shove-its or tray flips, or anything where you would want the tail to hit in a certain spot. It would want to like bounce back to neutral, and that was throwing off where exactly the tail was hitting the ground. Hopefully that makes sense. So what I had to do was tighten the bushings a little bit more to kind of combat that, so it wasn't as much snap back into the center. So that's like a super minute detail, and once again, it had pros and it had cons. Like I felt right off the bat, the bushings felt good, like they were broken in, it was ready to ride, it felt okay. But obviously I had the issue that everyone else pretty much has with this bushing, is that it blows out. I think if you're like 175 and lighter, you might not have that issue. And this isn't about weight, I'm just saying how I think the bushings function, and this is how bushings should function. If you're lighter weight and you like looser bushings, you would go with a softer duro, and then if you were heavier and you wanted tighter, or any combination of that, you would go with a harder duro. That being said, I'm gonna close this video out. If you've tried the Bones Harcores, let me know. Let me know if you blow them out. Let me know if they're still lasting in your deck, or if there was some sort of combination you had specifically with Thunders that worked. I would be very interested in that. But that being said, I'm gonna end this video here. I appreciate you all watching, and thank you so much for 1,000 subscribers. I started this channel because I love skateboarding. I'm an enthusiast also, and I wanted to give back to the community and just give my opinion on what stuff worked for me and what stuff didn't, and just what it was like. Anyways, I appreciate all of you so much that have subscribed, that have ever liked, that have ever commented on a video. You're the best. You're the reason I keep doing this, and thank you so much. See y'all next time.